We're like greyhounds in a race.
Yes, we're ready.
Waiting at the gate.
We're in a go now. Life is good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Welcome to Unity Online. I'm Reverend Anne Haukangas, and I'm here with Emilio Zaras, our music director. I hope you enjoy what we have to offer today. So let's begin with the song Love Yourself by Billy Porter and Emilio Zaras.
Always remember who you are. If you want to be the one in the picture, well, you gotta meet your hello. Open up your eyes, it's time you realize now is the time to shine. Baby, you're going, and everybody knows it. You got it and it flows from your soul. Sugar, you're a star, even when you're flaws, you're unstoppable. Can't nobody bring you down when you're high. All you got to do is love yourself. And if you just believe that you're really all you need, you won't need nobody else. Get up, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. You better love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Woo! From sea to shining sea, we all can come together, make the world much better. Get up on your feet, we're dancing in the street, celebrating liberty. Yeah, we've come this far, we've got so far to go. Hold on, baby, don't let go. If you feel alone, just listen to the song. Love yourself, you can't go wrong. Oh, can't nobody bring you down when you're hot. All you got to do is love yourself. And if you just believe that you're really all you need, you won't need nobody else. Get up, love yourself, love yourself, just love yourself. You better love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Woo! Let me hear you say, mirror, mirror on the wall, mirror, mirror on the wall. Confidence is unstoppable. Confidence is unstoppable. Self-love is the solution. Self-love is the solution. Be a part of this revolution. Let me hear you say revolution. Revolution. Come on, bring it, bring it. Revolution. The category is revolution. Say revolution. Revolution. We got a revolution. Can't nobody bring you down when you're high. All you got to do is love yourself. And if you just believe you're what you need, you won't need nobody else. Woo! Love yourself. Love yourself. Woo! Hey, you better love yourself. Yeah. Woo! Love yourself. What are you waiting for? Spread love. Then spread that love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Always remember who you are. Don't let anyone get in your way. We need old-fashioned love in the world today.
Whew. That was wonderful. What a ride, what a
I
ride.
had to sing the backup vocals as well.
We'll have to train our audience to do the backup vocals. Eh? So are you ready to do When You Believe?
Sure, sure.
Two high energy songs, one behind the other.
when you believe. Anything is possible when you believe. Faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Faith can make a mountain move when you believe. Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe? Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe in yourself? When you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe, gonna make a miracle when you believe. Gonna make a miracle when you believe. Gonna make a miracle. Everything you want, you got. When you believe, you want it, you got it. Everything you want, you got. When you believe, you want it, you got it. In yourself, when you believe. In yourself, when you believe. In yourself, when you believe. In yourself, when you believe, we can make a miracle. Make a miracle. 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 Say we can make a miracle. Make a miracle. 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 See, I believe in me, so I can believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do. Na 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 na. Sing, I believe in me, so I can believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do. I believe in me, yeah. So I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do. We can make a miracle. Make a miracle. 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 Say we can make a miracle. Make a miracle. We can make a miracle. Make a miracle. We can make a miracle. Make a miracle. See, I believe in me, so I believe in you. Since we believe in each other, there ain't nothing we can't do.
Whew. And on that note, I'm going to ask you to get still now with our opening intention. So take a moment and just take a deep breath. Just let it out with a sigh. And know that we can make a miracle, or like those of us in Unity, we call it a natural. For Spirit constantly is responding. For there is only one power, one presence, one absolute divine essence, and it is at the core of who I am. It is at the core, at the source of absolutely everything. And it is from this place that I know naturals are natural. So my heart is filled with gratitude as I move forward, using spiritual principles to guide my day. I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. Blessings to the World by Karen Drucker is our next song.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. Sing it. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. Sing it with me, please. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. Now I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. Please join me in singing. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. One more time. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
Today's absolute word is consciousness. I use my consciousness to bring about my good. New Thought leader Emmett Fox said, "We have the key to life, and that key is that life is a state of consciousness." He went on to say, "The great creative word is I am. It is the secret of life." How exciting to know I hold the key to life through my consciousness and the creative power of my words. Whatever I hold in thought, whatever thoughts I connect with my divine nature, I may demonstrate in my life. Since my consciousness is changeable, it is always dependent on the I am consisting of divine ideas. My consciousness uses divine power as my creative power to bring about the good I desire. I affirm the truth about myself. Why don't you say this with me? I am wise. I am whole. I am love. I am worthy. I am good. And so it is. This is our year 2021, where our focus is on looking up and beyond the circumstances to all the possibilities that are available when we connect with the Spirit within. And this month of July, happy July by the way, is Pulled by Vision. And all month we're going to look at when you have a vision for your life that is what pulls you towards all of the events and people and things that bring about that vision. So let's begin with, we hold these, and let's explore what those are. So the vision here at Unity Spiritual Center this year is inspiring, loving, spirit-led transformation. And that came from a compilation of all of the ideas that came together with the board as we did a retreat. And we feel that it really does speak to what we are envisioning, that we are inspiring spirit-led transformation, and that our mission is to inspire loving spirit-led transformation through unity, a positive path for spiritual living. And our purpose, of course, is to inspire, equip, and support personal spiritual growth in innovative, sustainable, and cutting-edge ways through powerful stories, conversations, resources, and community, ultimately to help you find and live your best life. And that's the vision that helps me to create the talks that I create for you, and hopefully it's the vision that helps to move you forward on your spiritual journey. So today's spiritual truth is, what you focus on grows. And I'd like to start with the 5 spiritual principles as known by and taught by Unity, and how they support the global vision, and then the vision that is pulling you forward, what that might be. I have a hair in my eye or something. So Unity's 5 spiritual principles, do you know what they are? Probably not off the top of your head, but I'll go over them again with you. And you're living them, I know that you are, to some degree. So the first one, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. What are the 5 basic principles? The 5 principles upon which followers of Unity base their way of living are. And we start with the first one, that God is good, and God is absolute good and everywhere present. And so we believe that there is no duality. There isn't a heaven and a hell, a God and a devil, that everything is God, and that everything, as a consequence, is right here, right now, and that it's good. It is looking for a way to bring us our good all of the time, even in spite of ourselves. And it is everywhere. And so when you think about the concept of heaven and hell, they are states of consciousness, or our belief systems and how the world shows up based on our belief systems. So the second one is then people are good. So therefore, at the core of each of us is good, because spirit is at the core of each of us. So in spite of what someone might be doing, whatever their behavior might be, or even what their belief systems are, that at the very core of who they are is spirit, and spirit is good. So therefore, they are good. You are good. Thoughts create experiences. And this is really a foundational principle in all of New Thought, and that is that our thoughts create our life. Thoughts create after their kind. And so if you are fearful, you get more to be afraid of. If you're grateful, you get more to be grateful for. And I know that you have 10,000 thoughts maybe in a day. Thank goodness not all our thoughts manifest into reality, but our predominant thoughts do. And so I invite you to think about what your world looks like today. And what are your predominant thoughts showing you that you've been thinking? Prayer is a connection, and it is the most powerful connection to the spirit within that is also everywhere present. It is the connection to everything that is possible, the infinite possibilities. And prayer is not beseeching. We use something called affirmative prayer here at Unity. And I invite you to consider this, that what you focus on grows. And so if your prayers are affirmative, your focus is in the affirmative. And so therefore you are bringing about more good into your life. And when we talk about prayer, affirmative prayer, what we're really doing is remembering that Spirit is at the core of who we are. Spirit knows your heart's desire and knows exactly how to bring it to you. And prayer is a reminder that we can open up, each of us individually, to the possibilities for our life through prayer. So prayer is a remembering, a reconnection to what is already true and is at the core of who you are. And of course, the final principle that we really, really like to focus on as well is action is needed. It's like pray and then put your feet to it, put your action to it. Things aren't going to just drop out of the sky or magically appear in your life. There is action required, and sometimes that action comes as prompts from someone. Maybe it's the words of a song, maybe it's a show that you've watched, you get inspired. Maybe it's just an idea, a divine idea that comes to your mind. And that's how Spirit is connecting with you. And so what is the action that's required based on the prayer, the desire that you have? And then to move forward in that, knowing that you're fully supported as you do. So how do the 5 principles support the global vision? So let's take a look at that. First of all, we are one in the one. And so the global vision is to inspire Spirit-led transformation. And as you remember that you are one with the one, it makes it so much easier to move forward when you know that there is nothing against you, that everyone is doing the best that they can in this oneness with Spirit. And that we also give from our generosity. And part of the global vision is to create a better world, to create a wonderful life for everyone that comes in contact with us and Unity teachings. And so when we give from our generosity, we have more reasons to be generous, but we also then allow for that generosity to extend out from us, because our thoughts create. And we act beginning within. And so that initial act is the act of you taking the time to connect with the truth of your being. So just take a moment now and close your eyes if that's comfortable. And just take a deep breath, let it out with a sigh. Oh. And take your attention away from your mind and all of the whirling thoughts that you may have. And bring your attention to the stillness at the center of your being, where your heart is. And just for a moment, be in that stillness. And open your eyes when that's comfortable. That's one of the most amazing ways to connect with Spirit. And I invite you to do it as often as you remember, because it's in those moments of stopping, of being still, not necessarily quiet, but being still, that the answers start to bubble up for you. Now, have you heard of the Me to We movement? Initially started with a book. Well, I found this quote by Malcolm X: "When I becomes we, even illness becomes wellness." And you know, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? That there is this transformative quality to being the love that each of us is, and recognizing that everyone is that love. And when there is a recognition that we're all that love, that it really is transformative. Can I have a full screen here, Randy, please? It makes a big difference when you acknowledge somebody. Maybe they've not been acknowledged all day. And that's one of the ways that we can move from the me to we, is to notice other people. There's some nice little buttons there that you could wear, like go and be kind. even if it's to look someone in the eye and say thank you. Randy and I have had the experience this week of everywhere we go, we make a point of saying thank you to everyone who serves us. And they are just so shocked almost that we have stopped to say thank you. It seems as though the world, now that we have this social distancing, have gotten even more, I don't know, introverted perhaps. Maybe they're forgetting that all of these people aren't having the kind of normal connections they would with people. And so when we say thank you, they stop and they have this little conversation with us. And so I invite you to start to take notice of the people you connect with, if you haven't already. So here's a really nice video that I found about the Me to We movement. And it's by Jason Mraz. So I hope you enjoy it.
Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and dang, you're free. I look into your heart and you will find a love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment.
Oh, to work with Me to We. Well, I heard about the story from Me to We because those guys sent me some information about it. And I was really touched at how quickly so many people got involved. And also that it's a community-based organization, you know? And to me, it took me a long time to figure this out, right? How am I gonna save the environment? How am I gonna save the world? You know, I was like, what does that mean? You know, I was like, am I gonna like turn the world into forests and bubbling brooks and like rebuild rainforests? Like, what does that mean? Save the environment. And then I realized what I can see right now, what I'm sitting in this room, this is my environment. This is your environment. This is what we are responsible for. All the people in this room are who you are responsible for. So if you want to be considerate and mindful to the environment, all you have to do is be mindful and polite to those people you can see before you, and to this little waterway that surrounds this place. We're sitting out here this morning and noticed beautiful waterway, and there was just plastic water bottles lining the whole way. So we just took a few seconds, and just took those water bottles out and put them in the recycling bin. You know, that's being mindful of the environment. And if you just did that, if we all did that, well, then it would be happening all over the world at once. And the humans would be doing their service to save the environment. And that's how one person can actually do that. And I noticed that was happening with Me to We. You know, you guys come here and then you go back to your communities, and with what you take with you from here, and then, you know, you inspire your family. Who knows what your mom or dad will go and do at their job, and how they'll affect the people at their workplace, you know, or what your kindness can do to someone in traffic. You know, someone in traffic is really mean, and you smile back and wave and say, no, it's okay, share the road. What kind of ripple effect that has. And so I was really impressed by the ripple effect that Me to We has had already in the world. And so it was easy for me to raise my hand and say, I'll do it. Yeah, no worries.
Singing Me to We. Me to We. Me to We.
Excuse me 1 second.
Me to We.
He's such a wonderful artist, isn't he? And so inspiring, and he's written so many wonderful songs, and many of them we have played here as well. Emilio has done such a great job of it. So, you know, that's the global vision for Me to We, is how can we come together and have that ripple effect in our community? So what is the vision that's pulling you forward? What is it that's causing you to get up in the morning and to do the things that you do? So I'd like to look at this video by Patrick Ney. He was a movie maker, and he had a severe car accident. And in that accident, they didn't know whether he was going to survive or not. It was really quite devastating. And he talks about the day before you die, doing what really matters, because he had this opportunity to really reevaluate his life. And I think it was very inspiring. Now, we don't know the day that we're going to make our transition, and I invite each of us to not have any regrets right now. Do what you can do right now that makes your heart sing, that makes a difference, that if you were to imagine that this was your last day, that you wished that you had done, and then go out and do it to the best of your ability.
So whilst I'm lying there in this hospital, and I'm lucky to have made it through the attack, you can imagine that I spent a lot of time thinking. And it hit me like a bolt. I remember the exact moment I was lying there and I thought, you know, all of the stuff that I was doing, all of the work that I was obsessed about before this attack, the amount of money I earned, the tasks I had to do, the battles I had to win at work, none of that mattered at that particular moment. The only thing that mattered were the people I loved, my friends and my family. My little brother Jeremy, who lived in the US, he couldn't just drop everything and fly over. My nephew Sam, who was 1.5, I had to think, am I ever going to see this beautiful boy again? My parents, I just wanted to hold them, to see them again, to smell them, to touch their hands. And all of that could have been robbed from me because of that experience. And it hit me like a diamond. It was so clear to me then that the most important thing to me in that moment was love. The strength and the power of love. By which I mean the power and the strength of the relationships that we have between us. I was lying in that hospital bed and in a room with 4 other men. And as I had this realization, as this truth came to me, as this absolute truth, this absolute clarity came to me, I understood for the first time that I loved them. I loved these strangers, and I loved their families, and I loved the doctors, and I loved the nurses. And I realized then, it was so obvious, in fact it was in front of me at the time, I'd just never seen it before, that we are all connected by the power of love. And as you sit here today, I can assure you that we are all connected to one another by the power of love. There was the truth for me. It was as simple, as clear as day. I'd just never seen it before. Then one day, I met a man called Peter. And what Peter and all the other coaches who I've worked with since that incident have helped me to understand is that the reason why I was making these films was mostly driven by my need for significance, my need to feel wanted, my need to feel valued. And Peter helped me to understand in just one meeting that I didn't need any of that. That didn't need to guide me. That didn't need to drive me. That wasn't the reason why I was fighting so hard every day, working so hard to produce these films. The experience that I had gone through had given me a North Star. It had given me a true purpose. And I only needed to be faithful to that purpose to live my life in a better way. So now the films that I make, they have to have a higher intent. They have to in some way help other people to improve and strengthen their connections, their relationships, and just create love. And if I can only do that one thing, just that one thing, then when I come to the end of my days again, and I ask myself the question, was it worth it? This time, I hope the answer will be yes.
So what is your North Star? And are you running around chasing your tail and just being really busy for the sake of being busy? Or are you doing something that not only makes your heart sing, but makes the world a better place? And sometimes it's as simple as being the person who notices others when you go shopping or go to an appointment or just are out and about. You can be the love without necessarily even interacting with people in any way different than that. And so, what would you think about the day before you die? In terms of your life, if you were to do a life review and what you had missed. The good news is that you already know the answer to that question. Who you are speaks so loudly that I can't hear what you're saying, is a saying that someone once said. And I agree with that. And it's just that sometimes we, especially in North America, our main religion is materialism and shopping. And that's not saying that that's your religion, but it tends to be very much the case. And that how can we be more connected with others, even if you're an introvert? How can you be more connected and more the love that the world needs now? The only question now is, are you ready to listen to that answer? Because the answer comes up for you specifically when you ask that question. And maybe it already did. Maybe it even scared you a little bit. Or maybe you went, oh, I'm already doing that. Or maybe it was a new idea. And it sounds like, hey, that's a great idea. Or perhaps it will come bubbling up in the next few days. But ask yourself, what is it that makes your heart sing that also can bring love to the world? So what vision is pulling you forward? I know for me, it's really, really important that what I do has value for someone else, and that I speak with an authentic voice, that I speak from a place that already knows that it's true for me, and that if you so choose, that it can be true for you too. I am living such a fabulous life right now, and the ideas of fear and negativity don't show up very often anymore, and yet they used to be what drove me, and yet they don't anymore. So I invite you to consider, what vision is pulling you forward? I know with Emilio, it's his singing, and it's his dancing, and it's him being bubbly, and all of those things. I mean, he's spreading the love everywhere he goes. So let's just ask him here, what would you answer to that question? What vision pulls you forward, causes you to get out of bed, makes your heart sing?
Really, it is singing. It's sharing my gifts. It's I love expressing myself through songs and dancing and being silly, and if it brings joy to others, that makes my heart sing. That's my passion. It's what I want to get better with doing.
Oh, you're so good at it already.
No, there's always room for improvement, but thank you, and I humbly just want to get better and better, just so I can be as effective and impactful to others and bringing joy.
Well, it's working.
Good.
Yeah, I look forward to every time we get together, because I know, first of all, you show up always with a big smile and you're always so happy, and that may not be your normal way all of the time, but it isn't for all of us anyways, and that's okay.
I've got my introverted side. I got my
quiet
time
moment.
to be whatever. Yeah, and my family, of course, and my friends are very valuable to me. I love them. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone that I meet. So I just want to make I want to make the world a better place with my presence, regardless of what I'm doing.
Well, I know that that's already happened for me because of you.
Well, thank you. Oh,
you have made my world a better place.
Oh, likewise. Thank you. It's a love fest.
It's a love fest. So today's spiritual truth was, what you focus on grows. We looked at the 5 unity principles and how they support the global vision, and the vision that is pulling you forward. So let's look at this question. If you could predict how you would feel at the end of your life, what would it change in how you act today? And I invite you to perhaps journal on that. And let's anchor that with this wonderful song by Dedry Francois, Through It All is God.
and God is love. So we are love. I can shout out in anger or think before I speak. I can choose to be strong or surrender at your feet. I can rage like a fire or soothe like the breeze. All of this is all of you and me. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you, because in and through it all is God. Life can play a soft, sweet melody or screech in tragedy. It can wrap you in its arms or bring you humbly to your knees. It can bring so much suffering or joy and harmony. All of this is all of you and me, because in and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you. In and through it all is God. It's what it takes to live this human experience. It's what it takes to awaken to our souls. It's what it takes to recognize our wholeness. Because with God's love in and through it all, we are whole. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you. Because in and through it all is God. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is God.
And I always like to include a prosperity prayer affirmation with every session that we do here. And so join with me in consciousness for focusing on abundance and prosperity in all ways in your life: health, vitality, love, work, creativity, money, whatever it might be, knowing that that is the true prosperity. So join with me. From the love of pure spirit in me, I bless all that I give. It goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith in the good in my life. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am prosperous. And so it is. And of course, one of my favorite and Emilio's favorite songs, One Power by Daniel Nahmod.
One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. Well, whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in our hearts we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. Well, whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation, it's an everlasting peace, it's the freedom of forgiveness, it's the sweetness of release, it's the joy of inspiration, it's the sunshine on your face, it's the birthright of all nations, it's the boundlessness of space, it's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep, it's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power, one power. What we are is one. One power is the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beautiful. So before we go into this closing prayer, I invite you to think of all of the people you love in your life, and even all of the people that you may have been concerned about or worried about. Perhaps it's the news, and that's your prayer request, is to send love to what's going on in the world. And know that as you connect with the Spirit within and connect with the love that is, that it radiates out from you and transforms the world. That's how we do it, one person at a time, because we are all one. So join with me in consciousness. The infinite mind of God fills my consciousness with all I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love. And so it is. And please send us your prayer requests. Not only will our prayer team pray with you, but we will also send it to Silent Unity so that it's prayed on for another 30 days. You can access us through our website. And now for our final song, Breathe the Same Air, because we are one.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born. There's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Well, some say I'm out of touch with the times, that this world is no place for a vision like mine. Well, still I can see it, and still I believe it. There's too many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. We breathe the same air. And I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better. Oh, you and I. We breathe the same air. We breathe the same air.
We breathe the same air. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this week. I want you to know that I love you. Emilio loves you too. We love you. And all we wish is that your heart's desire comes true. And I know at the foundation of everyone is this desire to be happy. And that's what I wish for you this week and for your entire life. I hope that we've given you some ideas, some nuggets to think about and to chew on and perhaps to even take on this week. And remember, you are love in action. Who you are speaks more loudly than what you are saying. So I love you. Emilio loves you. See you next week. And stay on the line if you want information on how to send us a donation. We really appreciate all of your support. And also share this video with friends if you like, so that we can spread the word and spread the love. Thanks so much. See you next week.